Hello, everyone. I'm Natasha, your host for today. If you're new here, let me tell you that we upload helpful English learning videos every single day to support you on your journey to fluency. In today's lesson, we're going to focus on one of the most important parts of becoming a confident English speaker: how to improve your speaking and conversational skills in everyday situations. This episode is not just about learning more English words, but about understanding how to use them naturally in conversations, how to respond quickly, and how to express yourself clearly and confidently when speaking. We'll work through a variety of daily life scenarios, explore real conversation patterns, and I'll guide you step by step with simple speaking practice and exercises that you can follow easily at home. By the end of this video, you'll feel more comfortable starting conversations, continuing them, and sounding fluent in both casual and professional situations. So, if your goal is to speak English smoothly and confidently, you're in the right place. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss an opportunity to practice with us and grow your skills every day. Now, grab a pen and paper, stay with me till the end, and let's begin our journey to better English speaking together. Speaking English fluently is not just about knowing the rules of grammar or memorizing vocabulary. It's about being able to express your thoughts clearly, respond naturally in real time, and carry a conversation with ease and confidence. Many English learners struggle not because they don't know the words, but because they're not used to thinking and responding in English in everyday life. In this video, I'm going to help you practice honin to build your speaking and conversational skills by working through real-life examples, practicing sentence structures, and teaching you how to speak without hesitation. This process involves more than just repeating after me. It's about developing the habit of thinking in English and speaking out loud as if you're having a real conversation with someone. Let's begin with something simple. Imagine you meet someone new and you want to start a conversation. One of the most common ways to begin is with a greeting, followed by a small question. For example, "Hi, how are you?" Or, "Hey, how's it going?" These are simple yet powerful ways to open a conversation, but what happens after that? Many learners freeze after the first line. So let's practice continuing the conversation. You can say, "I'm good, thanks. What about you?" Or, "I'm doing okay. How's your day been so far?" Now, let's try a quick exercise. I'll say the first part, and I want you to respond out loud after a short pause. Ready? "Hi, how are you today?" Great. Try saying, "I'm good, thanks. What about you?" Again, repeating this aloud helps your brain get used to producing natural responses. In real conversations, people often ask about your plans, your job, or your day. Let's look at a simple scenario. Imagine someone says, "So, what do you do?" Instead of just saying, "I'm a student," or "I work in an office," let's expand your answer. Try something like, "I'm a student at the university. I'm studying computer science." Or, "I work in an office. I help manage customer accounts." Adding just one more sentence gives your conversation more life and invites the other person to respond. Practice this now. Say aloud, "I'm a student. I'm studying," and fill in your subject. Or say, I work at, and tell what kind of work you do. Don't worry about being perfect. Just speak out loud and try. Yell. It's continue with another everyday conversation, asking about the weekend. A friend or coworker might ask, how was your weekend? You can say, it was good. I went to the park with my family. Or, pretty relaxing. I watched a movie and just stayed at home. Now you try. Think of something simple you did recently and speak it out loud. For example, it was nice. I visited my friend. This type of casual conversation is very common, and being able to respond naturally will help you feel more fluent. Now let's move to a very important conversational skill, showing interest. When someone talks to you, you need to respond in a way that keeps the conversation going. If your friend says, I started a new hobby, you can say, oh, really? What is it? Or, that's interesting. Tell me more. These little reactions show that you're engaged and make the other person feel heard. Let's try that now. I'll say a sentence, and you respond with interest. Ready? I just came back from a trip to the mountains. Now you can say, wow, that sounds amazing. How was it? Practicing this helps you sound more natural and connected when speaking. Another tip to improve your speaking is to describe your daily routine. This is a powerful exercise that helps you use verbs, time expressions, and connectors like then, after that, and usually. So let's do that together. Think about your morning. You can say, I usually wake up at 7. Then I brush my teeth and take a shower. After that, I have breakfast and get ready for work. Now try to say your own morning routine out loud. Use simple verbs. Don't translate from your native language. Just say it naturally in English. This routine practice trains your brain to speak fluently without thinking too much. Let's go deeper into another important area, asking for help or making polite requests. This happens a lot in daily life. For example, could you help me with this? Or, would you mind explaining that again? These are soft, polite ways to ask, and they make your conversation more respectful. Now repeat after me. Could you please tell me where the nearest bus stop is? Again, would you mind helping me with this form? These sentence structures help you feel more confident in real-life conversations. Try making your own polite request now. For example, could you help me carry this bag? Just say it out loud and get used to how it feels to speak politely in English. Another great way to practice is to imagine yourself in different real-world situations. Let's try this. You're at a coffee shop. The barista says, "Hi, what can I get for you today?" You can say, "Hi, can I get a medium latte, please?" Or, "I'll have a cappuccino, thanks." Let's make it longer. Say, "Hi, I'd like a medium iced latte with almond milk, please." Practicing such situations makes it easier when you actually face them. So speak it out loud now. Imagine you're ordering at a cafe. What would you say? Speak it naturally and slowly. Now let's practice a conversation at work or school. Someone asks, "Are you free this afternoon for a quick meeting?" You can say, "Yes, I'm available after 2." Or, "I have a class until 3. but I'm free after that. These kinds of replies are common, and practicing them makes you more confident in both formal and informal settings. Now try saying this out loud. I'm a little busy right now, but I can meet after lunch. Say it a few times until it feels smooth. That's how real practice works. Let's also talk about how to continue a conversation when you don't know what to say. One useful phrase is, "That's interesting." For example, someone tells you about their favorite book, and you say, "That's interesting. I've never read that. What's it about?" Or, "Oh, I've heard of that movie. Was it good?" Using these kinds of phrases shows curiosity and keeps the conversation flowing. Try this now. Tantan. That's interesting. How did you get into that hobby? Or, I didn't know that. Can you tell me more? Say it aloud with me and feel how it sounds in your mouth. Another technique is to ask follow-up questions. If someone says, "I'm going to Paris next week," don't just say, "Oh, nice." Instead, say, "Wow, that sounds exciting. Is it your first time?" Or, "What are you planning to do there?" These follow-up questions add depth to your conversation. Practice this now. Imagine I said, "I started learning to cook Italian food." What will you say? Maybe. Really? What dishes have you tried so far? Or, "That's cool. How did you get interested in that?" Keep trying these lines until they feel natural. A very helpful way to improve your speaking is to describe things around you in real time. This builds your ability to think in English without translating from your native language. For example, if you're sitting in your room, look around and describe what you see. You might say, "There's a wooden desk in front of me. On the desk, I have my laptop and a notebook. The window is open, and I can hear birds outside." This exercise connects your thinking directly to English words, and over time, your fluency will improve naturally. You don't need to wait for someone to talk to you. You can start talking to yourself about the present moment. Describe your clothes, what you're doing, or what you see. Try it now. Look around and speak out loud. Say, "I'm sitting on a chair. I'm watching a video. My phone is on the table." It's simple, but this kind of daily speaking trains your brain to speak automatically in English. Another excellent way to improve your conversation skills is to practice role-playing. This means pretending to be in a situation where you would need to speak English, and then acting it out. For example, let's say you're at the airport. You need to check in. You can say, "Hi, I have a flight to London. Here's my passport." Then, imagine the agent replies, "Do you have any luggage to check?" And you respond, "Yes, I have one suitcase." You don't need a partner to do this. You can play both parts and speak them out loud. Let's do one more. You're at a restaurant. Say, "Hi, can I see the menu, please?" Then pretend the server gives it to you. You say, "Thank you. I'll have the grilled chicken with rice." Speak slowly and clearly. The more you do this, the more comfortable you'll feel in real conversations. Now let's look at another powerful way to grow your speaking skills. Storytelling. Sharing short stories about your life helps you connect ideas, use past tense verbs, and build confidence. You don't need to tell long or complicated stories, just describe something simple that happened recently. For example, "Yesterday, I went to the market. I needed to buy some vegetables. It was very crowded, and I forgot to bring my shopping list. So I had to remember everything from memory. Luckily, I got everything I needed. Try this now. Think of something that happened today or yesterday. It can be as simple as your trip to the store or a conversation with a friend. Speak it out loud and try to include when it happened, what you did, and how you felt. Storytelling builds fluency because it forces you to connect ideas and speak continuously. Let's practice expressing opinions, something you'll often do in conversation. Imagine someone asks, "Do you like watching movies?" You can simply say, "Yes, I do." But it's better to say, "Yes, I enjoy watching movies, especially action and comedy." Try saying it now, then continue with a reason. For example, I like action movies because they're exciting and fast-paced. Giving reasons makes your speech stronger. Let's try another one. Do you like reading books? Your answer could be, "Yes, I love reading novels. It helps me relax and learn new vocabulary." These kinds of sentences give your listener more to respond to and keep the conversation going. Think of one thing you enjoy doing and describe why. Say it out loud now. It can be anything: cooking, walking, listening to music. Try to add a reason and speak confidently. Let's go back to one of the most common situations: making plans. Conversations often involve future actions, and it's helpful to know how to suggest or agree on plans. For example, would you like to go out for dinner tomorrow? You can respond, "That sounds great. What time?" Or, "Sorry, I'm busy tomorrow. But how about Saturday?" These phrases help you interact naturally. Try saying this aloud. "I'm free after 6. Does that work for you?" Or, "Let's meet at the coffee shop around 3. These are natural sentences that come up often in everyday life, so practicing them helps you sound fluent and ready. Let's now talk about hesitation and how to overcome it. Many learners pause or freeze because they're afraid of making mistakes, but mistakes are part of the learning process. Even native speakers pause, say the wrong word, or change their sentences. What matters is not perfection, but flow. One way to keep your sentence going is to use filler words. These are small words that give you time to think without stopping the conversation. For example, "Well, actually, I mean, let me think," and "you know." Try using them now. Say, "Well, I'm not sure about that." Or, "Actually, I haven't tried it yet." These words make your English sound more natural and give you a second to think while speaking. Don't be afraid to use them. They help build rhythm in your speech. Let's do a quick speaking practice now. I'll give you a short scenario, and you respond. You meet a friend on the street. They say, "Hey, long time no see. How have you been?" You can say, "Hey, I've been good. Just busy with work. How about you?" Say it out loud. Now imagine they say, "Want to grab a coffee and catch up?" You respond, "Sure, I'd love to. Let's go." Doing this kind of practice every day builds strong reflexes in your brain. You get used to how conversations flow, and you begin to answer automatically. Another way to strengthen your conversation skills is to describe your feelings and reactions. For example, if someone tells you good news, say, "Wow, that's amazing. Congratulations." If someone shares something sad, say, Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that. Are you okay? These kinds of emotional responses make you sound more human and caring in conversation. Let's practice. I'll give you a sentence and you respond. I got a promotion at work. You can say, "That's fantastic. You must be so happy." Now try this one. I lost my wallet yesterday. Say, "Oh no, that's terrible. Did you report it?" Being able to express empathy is just as important as grammar or vocabulary. It makes your English meaningful and authentic. Let's now talk about practicing questions, because conversations are not just about giving answers. Asking the right questions keeps the dialogue going and shows interest. Think of simple question starters like, "What do you think about?" "Have you ever?" "Do you usually?" Or, "Why did you choose?" These are open questions that invite longer answers. Try these now. "What do you usually do on weekends?" Or, "Have you ever tried sushi?" Speak them aloud. Make your voice calm and clear. When you practice asking questions, you're preparing yourself to be an active speaker in any conversation. One common mistake English learners make is trying to speak too fast. Fluency is not about speed, it's about clarity and connection. It's better to speak slowly and be understood than to speak fast and be confusing. Take your time. Pause naturally between thoughts. Let's practice a short paragraph slowly. Today, I woke up early. I went for a walk in the park. The air was fresh, and the sun was shining. It felt peaceful and calm. Try reading it aloud slowly. Feel the rhythm, and the pauses. This is how fluent English sounds, not rushed, but smooth and steady. Lastly, remember that confidence is a skill. You build it through repetition, small victories, and daily use. Speak English out loud every day, even if just for 5 minutes. Talk to yourself, describe your day, retell a story, or practice a conversation. It doesn't matter if you're alone. What matters is consistency. The more you use English in speaking, the more fluent and confident you'll become. You don't have to wait until you're perfect. Speak with mistakes. Speak with pauses. Speak with effort. Over time, your confidence will grow, and so will your fluency. Another important element of speaking confidently is learning how to respond when you don't understand something. In real conversations, it's completely normal not to catch every word. Instead of staying silent or looking confused, you can use polite phrases to ask for repetition or clarification. For example, if someone speaks too fast, you can say, "Sorry, could you say that again, please?" Or, "I didn't catch that. Can you repeat it more slowly?" These phrases are simple, but extremely useful. Try saying them with me. "Sorry, I didn't quite get that." Now again. "Could you repeat that, please?" Practicing these makes you feel more relaxed during real conversations because you have tools to stay engaged. Even when you miss something, let's now focus on practicing short dialogues. This is one of the most practical ways to improve both your speaking and listening. I'll say the first part of a dialogue, and you respond naturally. Imagine we're at a bookstore. I say, "Excuse me, do you know where the travel books are?" You can say, "Yes, they're in the back near the magazines." Or, I'm not sure, but you can ask the staff at the front. Now try this one. You're meeting someone for the first time. I say, "Hi, I'm James. Nice to meet you." You respond, "Hi, James. I'm Maria. Nice to meet you too." Practicing like this helps you prepare for real conversations and gives you the confidence to speak without hesitation. Let's add another layer to your conversational skills: giving opinions and agreeing or disagreeing politely. This is important for making your speech more interactive. Imagine a friend says, "I think learning English is easier with songs." You could respond, "Yes, I agree. Songs help with pronunciation and vocabulary." Or, if you have a different view, say, "That's a good point, but I prefer watching shows. It helps me understand how people actually talk." Let's practice this together. I'll say a sentence, and you give your opinion. "I believe early morning is the best time to study." You could respond with, "Yes, mornings are peaceful and I can focus better." Or, "Actually, I study better at night when it's quiet." Try giving both types of answers out loud. Speaking your opinion clearly is a big part of confident communication. Now, let's practice connecting your thoughts using linking phrases. These make your speaking sound more fluent and organized. Common linking phrases include, "First of all," "on the other hand," "in addition," "for example," and "finally." Try saying this. "First of all, I enjoy learning English because it helps me talk to people from different countries. In addition, it gives me better job opportunities." Using these connectors helps you sound more like a fluent speaker. Let's try one more. "I love traveling. For example, last year I visited 3 new cities and tried different foods." Now, try making a few sentences of your own, using connectors like "because," "however," and "for instance." These small words help your ideas flow together naturally. It's also important to become comfortable with expressing uncertainty in English. In real conversations, you might not always be sure about something, and that's okay. You can use phrases like, "I'm not sure, but I think," or "maybe it's," or "it could be." These expressions allow you to stay part of the conversation, even when you're guessing or thinking. Practice with me. Say, "I'm not sure where he lives, but I think it's near the train station." Now try, "Maybe she'll arrive around noon." These are natural phrases you can use every day to express uncertainty politely and confidently. Let's now do a short practice describing a place. Imagine your friend asks you about your favorite cafe. You can say, "It's a small cafe near my house. It has a cozy atmosphere, and the coffee is really good. I usually go there to study or relax." This type of speaking practice helps you learn how to organize your thoughts and include details. Try it now. Describe a place you like in 3 or 4 sentences. It can be your school, your favorite park, or a shop you visit often. Don't worry about mistakes. Just speak naturally and add a little detail. Now, let's talk about making suggestions. This is another key part of daily conversations. You can use phrases like, "Let's," "Why don't we?" "How about?" and "We could." For example, "Let's meet at the library after class." Or, "Why don't we go for a walk?" These suggestions are common in friendly conversations. Practice them with me. Say, "How about watching a movie tonight?" Now try, "We could try that new restaurant." Making suggestions helps you take part in planning and gives your speech a more active tone. One great practice method is describing a picture or scene, even if the picture is just in your mind. For example, imagine a busy street. You can say, "There are people walking on the sidewalk, some are holding shopping bags, a bus is coming down the road, and a man is crossing the street." This exercise builds your vocabulary and teaches you how to use the present continuous tense. Try it now. Imagine a classroom. Say, "The students are sitting at their desks. The teacher is writing on the board. One student is asking a question." Describe what you imagine and say it out loud. This is one of the best exercises for fluency. Let's focus on something that can really boost your speaking. Repetition with variation. It means practicing one sentence in different ways to become flexible in your speech. For example, start with a basic sentence. "I like coffee." Then say, "I really like coffee." Now change it to, "I like drinking coffee in the morning." Next, "I usually have a cup of coffee after breakfast." Finally, "Coffee helps me feel more awake and focused." Practicing this way allows you to stretch your vocabulary and sentence structures without learning new words. Take a simple sentence and build on it. Try now with, "I go for a walk." Say, "I go for a walk every evening." Then, "I like walking in the park." And, "Walking helps me relax and think clearly." This helps your brain get used to forming new ideas in English automatically. Let's now explore how to handle phone conversations, which are often challenging for learners. On the phone, you don't have facial expressions or gestures, so words become more important. Start with a polite greeting. "Hello, this is Anna speaking." If you're calling someone, you can say, "Hi, may I speak with John, please?" If you didn't catch what the person said, say, "Sorry, the line is not clear. Could you repeat that?" These are small but powerful tools. Now let's role play. You answer the phone. "Hello?" I say, "Hi, this is Mike. Am I speaking with Anna?" You respond, "Yes, speaking. How can I help you?" Practicing this kind of conversation helps you become more confident using English on the phone or in voice messages. Finally, let's practice short storytelling again, but this time using past tense verbs. Think of something fun or interesting that happened last week. You could say, "Last weekend, I went to the beach with my friends. We swam, played games, and had a picnic. The weather was perfect and we stayed until sunset." Now try telling your own short story out loud. Use verbs like went, saw, ate, enjoyed, played, talked. Speaking in past tense is very common, and practicing it helps make your conversations richer and more natural. Remember, consistency is your best friend. When it comes to improving speaking, just like going to the gym builds muscle, speaking every day builds your speaking confidence and fluency. You don't need to speak for hours. Even 5 to 10 minutes daily makes a difference. Practice your greetings. Role play common situations. Describe your day or tell a short story. Talk to yourself. Talk to your mirror. Or even record your voice and listen back. You'll notice your pronunciation, your rhythm, and your confidence improve over time. Don't wait until you feel ready. Start speaking now and grow with each sentence. One more great method to boost your speaking is to use real-life English phrases and idioms that people use every day. These are often the key to sounding more fluent and natural. Let's look at a few examples. Instead of just saying, "I'm very tired," you can say, "I'm worn out." Or instead of, "It's very easy," you can say, "It's a piece of cake." Using phrases like, "I'm all ears," to show that you're listening, or "Let's call it a day," when ending work makes your speech more relaxed and natural. Try using these now in a sentence. Say, "I studied all night and now I'm totally worn out." Or, "Don't worry about the test, it's a piece of cake." Try repeating a few idioms out loud, and if you can, include them in your practice conversations. This will take your fluency to a new level. It's also important to build your speaking rhythm. English is a stress-timed language, meaning that certain syllables are naturally stressed more than others. Practicing with short sentences and then saying them at a natural pace will help. Try saying, "What do you want to do?" and stress the important words. What do you want to do? Try another one. "I'd rather stay home tonight." Again, stress the key words. "I'd rather stay home tonight." Listening to native speakers and repeating after them helps you understand this rhythm. Try recording yourself and then listening back. Do your sentences sound too flat or too rushed? Adjust and try again. This rhythm is what makes spoken English smooth and easy to follow. Now, let's do another interactive practice. I'll guide you through a short, real-life conversation. Listen, pause, and then respond out loud. Imagine you're meeting someone at a conference. I say, "Hi, is this your first time here?" You can say, "Yes, it is. I'm really excited to be here." Now I say, "What made you attend this event?" You reply, "I'm interested in learning more about communication skills." And I say, "That's great. I hope you enjoy it." You finish with, "Thanks, you too." This type of simple interaction is common in both professional and casual settings. Practicing these patterns helps you become a better speaker and listener. Let's talk about small talk. Small talk is the light, casual conversation we have with people we don't know very well. It's very useful in social situations, like at work, on the bus, or at a party. The goal is to create a friendly, open atmosphere. Common small talk topics include the weather, weekend plans, hobbies, or general comments about the place you're in. You might say, "It's such a nice day today, isn't it?" Or, "Have you done anything fun lately?" Or, "This coffee shop is always so busy." These comments often lead to longer conversations. Practice saying them now. Think about a normal day. Maybe you're waiting in line at a shop. What would you say? Try saying, "It's taking a while today, isn't it?" Practicing small talk helps you sound friendly and confident in any setting. Let's also practice offering help and responding politely in many situations. Ions. It's kind to offer assistance. You can say, "Do you need any help with that?" Or, "Would you like me to show you how?" If someone offers to help you, you can respond with, "Yes, please," or, "No, thank you. I'm okay." Let's go through this now. Imagine you're helping a tourist. You say, "Can I help you find something?" They say, "Yes, I'm looking for the museum." You respond, "It's 2 blocks down this road, then take a left." Doing this kind of practice helps you feel useful and polite in real-life situations. Now, let's shift to one more useful skill: explaining something clearly. This is important for teaching, helping, or simply sharing information. You can start with a general sentence like, "Let me explain how this works." Then, go step by step. For example, first, you open the app. Then, you tap on the settings icon. After that, you choose your preferred language. Try to give clear instructions on how to do something you're familiar with. Say it out loud. Maybe, "Let me explain how to cook rice. First, rinse the rice. Then, add water and bring it to a boil. After that, let it simmer until the water is gone." Explaining clearly trains your mind to speak in an organized way. It's also a good idea to practice expressions that show your thoughts or reactions. These make your speech more expressive and human. For example, "That's amazing. I didn't expect that." "I'm not sure I agree." Or, "That makes sense." These expressions help you react naturally during a conversation. Try a few with me now. Say, "That sounds really interesting." Now try, "I'm not completely sure, but I'll try." Now, "Oh wow, that's surprising." The more emotion and tone you use, the more natural your English will sound. Let's do one final practice in this part: a full role play of a casual conversation. I'll play both parts first, and then you can try responding. Person A says, "Hi, how's your day going?" Person B says, "Pretty good, thanks. Just finished lunch. You?" Person A responds, "Same. Here, I had a salad. Do you have any plans for tonight?" Person B says, "Not yet. I might watch a movie. What about you?" Person A replies, "I'm thinking of going for a walk. The weather is nice." Person B ends with, "Sounds relaxing. Enjoy your walk." Now, you try to be person B. I'll say the first line. "Hi, how's your day going?" Take a deep breath and respond naturally. The more you do this kind of role play, the more natural English speaking will become. Also, remember that body language and tone matter in conversations. Even though we're focusing on speaking, the way you say something is just as important as what you say. Practice saying a simple sentence like, "Nice to meet you," in a friendly and warm tone. Then try saying it again, but now in a tired or uninterested tone. You'll feel the difference. When practicing speaking, imagine that you are really talking to someone. Smile, make your tone warm, and keep your energy up. This not only helps you feel more confident, but also makes your English more pleasant to listen to. Let's do a little routine reflection in English now. This is a great way to practice speaking every evening. Just talk about your day in English. Say something like, "Today was busy. I had 3 meetings in the morning. After lunch, I worked on my project. I felt a little tired by the end of the day, but I finished everything I planned." Now, take a moment and speak about your own day. Start with how you felt in the morning, what you did in the afternoon, and how you're feeling now. Don't worry if you pause or make a mistake. Keep going. This simple daily habit helps you build fluency and reflect clearly. Finally, always remind yourself that fluency is a journey. You won't feel fluent after one day, but you will feel progress. After each practice, every sentence you say out loud, every word you repeat, and every situation you imagine, all of it counts. You don't need to speak fast, you just need to speak regularly. And you don't need to be perfect, you just need to be present and consistent. Keep practicing the daily situations we've covered, and you'll find your voice becoming stronger, your words coming faster, and your mind thinking more in English than in translation. This is the path to real confidence and real conversational fluency. Another thing that helps boost your conversational skills is embracing small talk, not avoiding it. Many learners underestimate the power of small talk, but it plays a major role in fluency and cultural understanding. A simple, "How's your day going?" or "What did you do over the weekend?" can open up entire conversations and teach you a lot about natural phrasing and rhythm. Even if the conversation doesn't go very far, it's valuable practice for your brain and your tongue. Don't think of small talk as empty or pointless. It's where most real English is spoken in real life. These short exchanges often contain phrasal verbs, idioms, slang, and tone shifts that textbooks never prepare you for. So next time someone asks how your day is, don't just say fine. Try saying something more descriptive like, "It's been a bit hectic, but I managed to finish all my work." The more details you give, the more engaged the conversation becomes, and the better your speaking improves. And here's another tip. Don't memorize. Personalize. A big mistake English learners make is trying to memorize long phrases or scripts that don't apply to their real life. If you memorize a sentence like, "I love going to the opera on weekends," but you never actually do that, it will feel fake, and you won't use it naturally. Instead, take useful sentence structures and insert your own truth. Say, "I love watching movies on weekends," or "I love playing football with my friends on weekends." Make it real, and it will stick. That's how native speakers learn. We speak about what we know and care about. The more personal your English becomes, the more confident and fluent you'll sound. People will also find you more authentic and interesting because your sentences come from your life, not a script. Let's do one last practice. I'll say a sentence, and I want you to repeat it, and then change it using your own words. Ready? Yesterday, I went to the market to buy some fresh vegetables. Now you repeat. Yesterday, I went to the market to buy some fresh vegetables. Good. Now change the place or activity and say something like, "Yesterday, I went to the mall to buy a pair of shoes." Or, "Yesterday, I went to the gym to work out." Keep doing this with every sentence you hear. Adapt and personalize it. This is active speaking, not just passive repetition, and this habit will help you not only practice, but think faster in English. Before we end, remember, fluency isn't about speaking fast. It's about speaking clearly and confidently. It's okay to pause and think. It's okay to make mistakes. And it's okay to ask for clarification. In fact, these are all signs that you're actively learning. Don't measure yourself against native speakers or advanced learners. Compare yourself to where you were a month ago if you're watching this video and understanding what I'm saying. You've already made great progress if you're repeating these phrases, writing them down, and using them in real conversations. Then you're actively building your English muscles. Progress may feel slow, but it's happening every day. So let me ask you, what's one thing you're going to do today to improve your English? Will you shadow the sentences we practiced? Will you start a conversation with someone in English? Will you write about your day in English and read it out loud? Whatever it is, commit to it. Speak it out loud. Say, "Today, I will improve my English by," and finish that sentence. That's how change begins, with a small acti on followed by consistency. Thank you so much for learning with me today. I hope you feel more confident and motivated to continue improving your English speaking and conversational skills. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. English in Minutes. We post a new English learning video every single day to help you build fluency step by step. Also, hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Leave a comment below sharing your favorite phrase from today's video or a sentence you created on your own. Your practice could inspire someone else. Until next time, keep speaking, keep smiling, and remember, every minute you spend learning English takes you one step closer to fluency. I'm Natasha, and I'll see you in the next lesson.